Okay, guys, let's talk about how to interchange hydraulic pumps. Let's talk about any hydraulic pump that you guys may have that may need to be interchanged. A lot of people looking for it, let's say for price, delivery, or they just have a very old unit and for XY reason they may want to interchange it to something else. So let's go at it and let's look at this chart that we have here. First of all, requirements for hydraulic pump selection. When we are selecting or sizing a hydraulic pump, we use the same data also to interchange hydraulic pumps. We're going to get on the details. First of all, type of oil. If it is a mineral oil or water-based fluid, water glycol, we need to know that. Seals, if you don't know the seals, what's the type of oil, we know what seals they should go on the pump. Then very, very important, these three things over here. The pressure, the flow, and the RPM, the revolutions per minute. With that information, we have so that we can now provide a pump. That's a very important. You have pressure, flow, and what RPM are you going to be looking to spend that pump? We can give you one. We can give you a pump that is going to meet the technical requirements of a hydraulic system. The technical requirements of a hydraulic system, that pump is going to work if we have that information. That is for a fixed displacement pump. If we have a variable displacement pump, then the next information that we're going to need is what type of control does that pump has. For example, load sensing, pressure compensator, pressure compensator pump, or a horsepower limiter, HP control, or if you need another type of control, you can specify that type of control and we can provide it to you. So with that information, now we can provide any pump to fit the hydraulic requirements for your machine. So that is the very basic information that we need. Now, if we go farther and you say we want to replace, interchange the pump, we have to interchange the pump, and now we're going to be looking at the physical characteristics of the pump to make it so that the retrofit or the replacement or the interchange fits in this in the old pump mount, for example, and you have to do minimum changes to the system. So next thing is rotation of the pump, left hand, right hand rotation, type of connection for suction and pressure line. If you have MPT, SAE, or flange, if you can provide those measurements, that'd be fine. If not, we can give you the standards that we have on the unit. Then the type of mount on the shaft, if it's a 2-ball or 4-mount mount. Usually for pumps sold in the United States, it's going to be an SAE mount, and around the world are a lot of the SAE mounts. So I'm going to give you the SAE dimensions over here, which are standard. So there you go. You have a standard mount. You can interchange a lot of pumps. The shaft, the type of shaft is pline or key shaft, and we're going to give you dimensions for it. This is the rotation of the pump. If you look at from the front view, where you're looking at the shaft, if it spins on this direction, that's a left hand. If it spins on this direction, there is going to be a right hand rotation. So that's just some visual aid that we have. Now we're going to get into the mounts. SAE dimensions, 2-bolt. If you see, this is standard. The main dimension that we're going to be looking at is this P dimension for pilot. That is the round circle, this round circle over here that is raised in the pump. So that part over here is the pilot. And usually when you have that pilot and the dimension is going to be 2 inches, 3.25, 4, 5, 6 inches, etc. If it's an SAE pump, everything else is going to be the same. It's a 2-bolt. You can confirm the bolt dimensions and the diameter of the bolt. You can confirm it, or you can confirm the center to center of the bolt. But basically, for the most part, we're going to be needing this. And if it's a standard, everything else fit. So you can interchange a lot of pumps, have the same mount. This is SAE standards, and we can interchange it with very easily with that dimension. It's going to mount in the same spot. So all of these dimensions are in inches. Then we have the 4-bolt SAE mount. The pilot is the same. If you go B, C, D, E, F on the mount, the B mount and the C mount and the D mount, all of the mounts have the same dimensions for the pilot. The only thing that is going to change is from 2 to 4 bolts, and that's just a different way on how to attach the pump to the couplers that goes to the motor. So it's just a different coupler. Now there are some pumps that has the pattern of 4 bolts in combination, and you're gonna see it here with other pumps that has 2 extra bolts, so it's a 6-bolt. So what they have is this with this in the same mount together. And why do they do that? It's because it makes it more convenient for somebody to mount it if you have a 2 or 4 bolt pattern, and if you have a 6, you can mount it either way. So if you have a 6 bolt, it doesn't really matter. We can go with 4 or 2. It come out to be the same thing. So it's just the way to attach it. The main important thing over here is going to be the pilot, and then the most of it is going to fit right on the spot. SAE standards. It's a standard, so we can interchange a lot of pumps. The next one is going to be the shafts. We have a spline shaft with all the teeth, and we have a key shaft. And once again, we have standards for it, SAE standards. The dimensions that we're going to be looking at it is going to be the total length that is going to be from the base of the pilot, from way on the bottom of the pilot, to the end of the shaft. That is the shaft length. Then we're going to be looking at the diameter of the shaft. So you have the length and the diameter, and then we need to know if it's a spline with teeth on it or if it has a key shaft. So if so, the SAE standards over here, we have, for example, this is 9T. It means 9 teeth. There's 11, 13, 15, 14, 21. All of this is standard, SAE standard. The same thing with the key shaft. You look at the length and the diameter, and the key is going to be a standard. So those are some of the measurements that you can double check to make sure the shaft is good. Now there are some companies that in order to make their pump special, let's say like a big OEM, like a big machine builder, and they come out and say, you know what, I want to make my pump special, and I don't want anybody to interchange it. Sometimes what they do is that they take a standard shaft and they make it maybe half an inch longer. You know, everything is the same: the pressure, the RPM, the displacement of the pump, the connections, everything is the same. But they want to change something because they want to make it special. They want to protect it, and then they extend the shaft a little bit, and now you have a complete pump that is not interchangeable because you have an extended shaft. If that's the case, we can still give you a pump, and what you need to do is just change the coupler. Change the coupler that goes to the motor, to the electric motor. Something that you would have to do if you want to interchange it, because now these guys make their special pump, but you can work around it and just need to interchange the attachment to the electric motor. So that's all you have to do. So and that's it. That's a very easy way to do it. It's just some of the details that you need to check on the mount, on the shaft of the pump, the pressure, the RPM, the control of the pump. And if you have that information, it's very easy to interchange the pump, and you don't have to be tied down to something that might not be working for you, that maybe very expensive, very long delivery time, or just not available in the market. It's just not available in the market. So you have a way to go around it and interchange the pumps that you want. Now this video is for interchanging of pump. Now we can provide a new pump for a new application with the very same data, the pressure, RPM, and flow, and we can provide you a pump for a new application as well. So anyway, guys, this is the video for today. Make sure to like and subscribe and give us a like, and yeah, and all the good stuff. Thank you very much for your attention. We'll see you next time. See you later. Bye bye.